Vegas. Well, it was a good week, I tell you. 4.2 pounds down. I was just really excited about it and over the top, I tell you. You know, this last week's exercising was just great as well. I ran over 9.5 miles during this last week. It's the most I've ever ran in my life in 1 week. I was just like, wow, I can't believe I, was able to accomplish that. So, super exciting. So, well, anyway, moving a little bit along here. I was on like a 2-week run of work, going really well, and then this last Sunday, just had a horrendous day, and it was the whole people conflict type thing. And it's just amazing what one person, one bad day can do. Sort of, it shouldn't, but it sort of erases the 2 good weeks of work. But I still, just on a personal level, struggle with not trying to tie my identity to my work. But it's easier said than done. I know mentally I shouldn't, but I still do, and it's just the way it is. So I'm going to try to work on that, but it can bring you down. And I've been in a funk longer than normal for about 3 or 4 days, and that's why this video's running late. But back, feeling good, and so I'm here giving you this week's update. I'm still surprised. There's a lot of still surprised at work that people give me a compliment, but with my work, I don't see the same people every day. I might not see someone for a week or two, and then all of a sudden I see them, and they haven't seen me since. They haven't seen me for a long time, so they're just like, "Wow, you've really lost a lot of weight," or whatever. And here in Vegas, we know how to gamble. So a couple gals, they were talking amongst themselves, and I knew they were talking about me. And so they set the over/under on how much weight I lost, and they set it at 50 pounds. And one girl took the under, and one took the over. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask anyone that bets sports. So they asked me, and I said, I lost 70 pounds. And one guy goes, I knew he lost more than 50 pounds. So it was just fun. It was, it was cool. A different way of giving someone a compliment, I guess. But, and then I had one gal, she was a little hesitant to ask me about my weight loss because she didn't know if I had been sick or what. And I said, no, you can ask, no problem. And so we talked a little bit there. I have several things I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to refer back to this a little bit every once in a while. With clothes, I have always bought like one size smaller than where I'm at, so that I'll try them on every week until I get into them. So I've done this twice now, where I thought I was buying the next size smaller that I wouldn't be able to fit in, and then I buy it and just take it home. I don't try it on at the store. And so I knew these large shorts for exercising was fit me pretty good, and so I thought, I'll buy the medium so that I have something to look forward to. And sure enough, I bought one pair of large and 2 mediums, and I get home and I try on the mediums, and they fit great. And so that was just wow. And then I bought, say, 2 or 3 medium shirts as I see them on sale or whatever, and and when I get home they don't fit or anything like that. But again, I bought a medium shirt the other day, and it fit great, and I was like, wow, I'm wearing a medium shirt. That's just exciting. And I still have a couple others that are different brands, whatever, that I haven't been able to fit in yet. But I will be able to. And it's fun trying them on every week, see how much better they fit and things. So that was fun. What's interesting is that I think when I'm at goal weight, I might be in a small. I don't think I've ever, I can't even remember ever being in a small. And what's funny about it. There's a couple things funny that are about how men don't really compare themselves to other men. I guess from what I understand, women do that a little bit more, and well, we do sometimes. Or at least I do. So I'll compare my arm when I'm sitting next to someone, and when I was overweight, quite a bit overweight, I would always go, well, my arm is at least the same size as this guy's, or I'm just as big as this guy, and I was comparing myself to someone who's muscular. So I was trying to make myself feel, okay about it and stuff. But now when I compare my arm to anyone, really, it's pretty small. And, it's not what guys want to be, it's small, so even the word's small. So, I'm going to probably be in a small shirt when I reach goal, and it's like, small. We don't like small at all in anything, so it's just funny to think about. But, it's just funny how it, just plays with your mind, words and things like that. I was thinking about personalities. I talked, it was either last week or the week before, about if you're a rule follower or not. And the responses were good, and I thought maybe just a couple people didn't quite get it. But, that's fine. I just think I would suggest to anyone, if you haven't studied, personalities, the 4 types of personalities, we studied that when I went to school. And I highly recommend it, because if you understand your personalities, usually there's a primary personality and a secondary personality. And so like mine, would be analytical, that my primary personality is chronic, is that, I'm always thinking about things, I'm analyzing it and stuff like that. And so that's my dominance personality. Now, would I like to be the social butterfly of personalities? Yeah. Would I like to be someone that is a type A personality, is always getting things done and, go? Yeah, but realistically, I know who I am, and that's not me, I'm someone that analyzes. But with that in mind, I'm constantly learning things as it relates to this new lifestyle. And so one of the things I was, learning about this was, it had to do with, what someone of my personality tends to do with any subject is to at times take information and twist it so that it, benefits them. And, I did this, before surgery with, just to give you a quick example of the cereal I ate. It was trail mix, granola, blah, blah, blah. And so it was a real healthy type cereal. And I thought, well, since it's good for me, I can have a lot of it. And so, I'd put like 1.5 cups, 2 cups of cereal in a bowl. I had pretty decent sized bowls. Well, when I was going through pre-op with my dietitian for 3 months, she was wanting us to measure and to learn, how much calories are we really eating. So I found out real quickly that I was eating about 2,000 calories in one bowl of cereal. And I was having it 2 or 3 times a day. That's incredible. And but it was how I was twisting that information to say, hey, since it's a good cereal, healthy for you, that I can have as much as I want. So I have to fight that resistance in a lot of different areas of my life, but especially in this new lifestyle, to question how I look at information and make sure I'm looking at it accurately. One of the things that stood out in this mindful eating class to me was that they really had you question everything. The things that you thought were, normal or okay and things. They really had you, rethink that. And I've always been someone that has questioned, what the norms are of things. So it wasn't, necessarily unusual for me. So, I wanted to just give you a couple slides real quick. I end my videos saying that, if you change your mind, you'll change your life. And I want to break that down a little bit and give you a little more details. I'll share these slides with you and talk with you more at the end of these slides.
Thoughts create feelings that create behaviors. If you change your thoughts, you'll be able to change any habits or behavior. Example, thought, I don't matter. Feeling, lousy. Behavior, I'll eat some ice cream. Change that thought to, I do matter. I am important. Feeling, good. Behavior, I'll go to the gym.
Okay, so that example is probably oversimplified, but I think it's a good place to start. That we can start with our thoughts and then change those thoughts, and then by doing that, it'll change our habits. So hopefully you find that beneficial. I want to talk just a little bit more about one of the things in our mindful eating class. I thought it was a really good homework assignment that they had given us. They had given us this assignment to go get a French fries, and go get and take one out of the box, and just like take a big bite of the fry, not the whole fry, but take a big bite, and to chew it and chew it and chew it and chew it until it became applesauce consistency. Not swallowing any of it yet, just chewing, and then chew some more. Like chew it twice the amount that you would ever want to chew a French fry. And it's like 25 to 50 times you're there chewing. And really think about the taste and the texture, and think about how it feels in your mouth and what it tastes like and what are all the different flavors of it. And I was really surprised, because that's not how you eat French fries. How do you eat French fries? You eat 2 or 3 at a time, you chomp them down. This is all pre-surgery. You like how it feels in the back of your throat, and you like swallowing, you like taking a big gulp of soda, all those types of things. That's how you tend to eat French fries. Me, I throw a lot of salt on those as well, different things like that. So when I did this exercise, I started tasting, sort of like this rancid oil. It's like, well, what oil do they fry these in? And I started really tasting this fry, and I was just like, this doesn't taste good at all. Well, that was our first example of, mindful eating. And to really decide, do you like what you're eating? Or are you eating out of habits, out of, this is what we've always done. You always have fries with a hamburger. You always do this, you always do that. One of the people in our class always said, they never liked French fries, but they always felt like, well, that's what you have with hamburgers, so they would put mounds of ketchup on it just to get through them. And it always came with the meal, those combo meals. And so they just thought, well, that's what you do. They wanted to be normal. You don't want to be like everybody else. So as you go through this class, you start learning, why you eat what you eat. Is it the salt? Is it the texture? Is it how it feels in your throat? Is it how it makes you feel after you've eaten it? The different things like that. And so, I haven't shared this yet as far as the things I eat and I don't eat. Because, one, I don't think anything necessarily is off limit. They really taught us in the class, don't think of things as good or bad, but things are better than other things. And so I'm not, with what I'm about ready to share with you, I'm not saying what I'm eating is better. I'm just saying it's what I have found that I enjoy eating. So with that in mind, everything I ate before, I would eat. I would try to cook it simpler. Like if I cooked it on a grill, I would just cook it in a pan. I would take the seasoning off of it just so that I would know, do I like what the root of this item is Do I like the base item? Do I like how it tastes? And then if I like that, and then I want seasoning and I want everything, I want different things on it to enhance the flavor of the actual base item, then I would do that. But I really wanted to learn, what do I really like, or what have I been eating out of habits and things like that. And my wife could attest to this. Before surgery, one of my favorite things was a 16 ounce ribeye steak, medium rare. And I had all these I still do, I have all these great spices I put on it, I grill it. And if I went out to eat, getting a 16 ounce ribeye steak, woo, that was the, just the bomb, that was just great. And so, so what I did is I cooked it in a pan versus a grill, and I left the seasoning off and stuff like that. And I really tried to taste it for what it was. And, I didn't like, the taste of the meat. I just didn't like it. And I did that with a lot of different things. And so what I ended up doing, just to make this real quick, is I stopped eating red meat. I only eat fish and poultry now. And, I really like the taste of chicken. Plain. I like the taste of it. Now, do I enhance it with seasonings and stuff like that now? Yes. I think it really helps. But for me, over these weeks and months, I eliminated fairly quickly, early on, I eliminated all red meat from my diet. And I just eat bird and fish and, everything else. Long ways from a vegetarian, not a vegetarian, but it's just I eliminated red meat. I've also along the way have watched some documentaries. I watched slipping my mind right now, but the one about the guy going to McDonald's every day to eat, I think for a month or so. I watched that one. That one had a big influence on, how I looked at fast food and things like that. I watched Food Incorporated. Highly recommend that one. I grew up around, where I grew up, there was fields of soybean fields and people that had farms, and so I was, I've been around cattle and stuff like that. I knew how they were slaughtered. I knew all that. I mean, I didn't maybe know the details of this mass production of how our chickens and animals are treated today. And Food Incorporated, the movie really teaches you that. That was very insightful. But that didn't ultimately decide whether I eat red meat or not. It just contributed to my overall thoughts about it. So if someone's thinking, hey, Andrew, what are some of the things? Why are you losing weight every week? I don't think that because I've eliminated red meat that's contributed to it. But maybe it's one piece of the puzzle is why every week I've consistently lost weight and a substantial amount of weight. But I think more importantly is this whole mindfulness of eating and learning exactly why do we eat what we eat, and do we eat what we enjoy? Do we really eat what we enjoy? So hopefully that helps, and share with you on that. Well, I wanted to, as I mentioned in my last video, I have a race coming up. This Saturday I'm running my first 5K race. So comment, cheer me on, encourage me on that. One of the things I've learned about my exercising is that I'm a quantity person. I am not a speed person at all. So for this race, I'm just shooting and hope that I can finish under an hour. I haven't done that much outside as far as running goes, and I know that's going to, contribute to my performance as far as speed goes. And I don't think I'm ever going to try to run really fast. I think I'm just going to do my exercising in quantities. That's what's going to help me, get me in shape and fit, and I'm going to just keep on swimming and running and enjoying that. And again, I'm not worried about the time or the speed as much as just getting the quantity in for me really helps. So I think that's pretty much it for this week, and I appreciate all my new subscribers, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for your many comments that you've left over the last few weeks. Special shout out to Exit Melanie. Woohoo! Congratulations on Wonderland. That is just awesome. I really enjoyed watching your video on the confetti and everything. And you go. I'm excited. And I can't wait to meet you all at the meet and greet in Vegas. I'm really excited about that here. That it's just right down the street for me. So until next week, remember that change your mind and you'll change your life. Bye.